Hello, students. I hope everybody's having a great day. I've had the pleasure of having a student reporter sitting in with me. Her name is Laura Hoover, and she's going to share some of her thoughts regarding some observations she's had in my court and as well in other courts. And I thought it would be great to have a student uh, talk about how it is in court and some things that maybe she has discovered. And we made some notes here for her to go off of. And I'm going to try to pass this over to her. And we're going to see if we can get this to work this time without any problem. So here we go.
Okay. Is it working? I think we got it. Hi, everybody. My name's Laura Hoover. I want to start by saying I really appreciate Breck and Ann and their page encouraging court reporting students. It's really been very helpful for me. I don't say a whole lot on there, but I do see and read pretty much all the posts. I check it a few times a week, and it's great to be able to take what you need from it and to have maybe questions answered that you've been thinking of but haven't really spoken up about yet. So I want to say that's awesome. I also want to say that the court reporters here in El Paso have just been amazing. I've sat in quite a few courts so far, and I'd like to give them all a shout out. I've sat in with Mary Caraveo, Breck and Ann Record both, Jason Maestes, Lisa DeMello, Liz Bonney, Natalie Martinez, and Camila Madrid, and they've all just been awesome. Um, a few things that I've learned and advice that I could pass on to you from sitting in. First of all, if you're a student that's in a lower speed and you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling discouraged, I would definitely recommend looking into getting into your local courthouse, even if you're just sitting in the gallery, just to get the feel and the experience of being there, because it really motivates you, really lights a fire under you to get out and get in here where you can come every day and enjoy this great profession. So that's the first thing I would say. If you're feeling down and like maybe you can't do it or maybe you're not going to like it, go to the courthouse and check it out. Observations from being in court, I will tell you, it's definitely not at all like, speed class and passing tests. And um, the speed is not ever consistent at all. You definitely need to shoot above and beyond the required speed. I've heard Breck say many times that 225 in his mind is like entry level speed. It's just enough to get you out of school and into court, and that's definitely true. Um, Breck's software will tell him how fast the proceedings are going, and just this morning we were doing some guilty pleas, and that goes really quickly, and it was up to 230, 240, even higher. So you definitely need to be able to exceed your goal speed at least in short bursts. Sometimes it's slow and it's real easy to take down, but it can certainly get real fast. Um, Another thing that I would definitely stress to you is your speaker identification. You need to be solid on that because things go quickly. People talk quickly, and you've got to identify them, and you've got to get what they say, and then you've got to identify the next guy and get what he says. So you want to be real solid on your speaker identification. I would definitely recommend the one strokers for that. That'll really help you out a lot. Q&A extensions, that's another thing that I'm finding out I really need to utilize. I've got a few that I use now, but I need to look into using a lot more. Ann and Breck have, I think, a list of them that they use in the files here on this site, and I would utilize that, and I would start now. I mean, the earlier you start incorporating things into your writing, the quicker it becomes second nature. And when you're up, working at 200, it's a lot harder to incorporate things. It slows you down before you can speed back up. So learn those now and use them now, as many as you can. You're definitely going to need them. Also, Breck has developed quite a few one-strokers for phrases that he hears commonly in his courtroom, and that's just awesome. I mean, he had a little laptop sitting in front of me, so I was seeing what he was writing, and it was getting fast, and stuff was coming up fast. So I'm like, "How'd you do that?" But he knows what he knows what he's doing, and he's got. There you go. I was watching this thing, um, and that's all right. Um, and so the things that he hears commonly, the things that his judge says repetitively to every plea that comes before her, he's got a one stroker for, and that's just awesome. I mean, that saves you a ton of time. Um, and lastly, you can't be afraid to speak up for yourself, to tell attorneys to slow down, to tell witnesses to speak up. I mean, the accuracy of the record all falls on the reporter, and Breck's real good about that. He only had to speak up once during the murder case I was sitting in with him on, but you do what you have to do. You got to make sure you get every word and that you get it right. So I've heard students and reporters alike saying, "Oh, I don't like to say anything," and "Oh, I'm recording it. I'll go back and I'll listen to my digital file," but that just that it's not enough. You've got every right to stand up for yourself and ask them to slow down or ask them to repeat themselves. And so I would definitely say to do that. So that's about it right now that I could think of. Thanks for listening, and thanks again to Breck. We'll be seeing you later.
Bye.